And many in Music City, of course, have close ties to Sunday's horrific attack, and our community is rallying around the victims and the city of Las Vegas. News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy downtown. That's where hundreds turned out for a vigil last night, and Dan, really just a way to show that Music City is standing with Las Vegas.
It was a good opportunity to do so last night, surrounded by city leaders and country music stars. Many in Nashville had the chance to express their sorrow, but also a sense of moving forward and how Nashville can help rally around Las Vegas. Earlier this morning, Korean Veterans Bridge was lit up red, white, and blue. The sun has since blocked that, but last night at Ascend Amphitheater, this was the scene.
When you're weary,
yeah, with the help of music and prayer, Nashvillians united for a vigil at Ascend Amphitheater in support of Vegas. City leaders and country music stars came together to honor the victims. Candles were given out to everyone in attendance. Charles Esten welcomed the crowd. Vince Gill performed. Amy Grant said a prayer. And then Allison Krauss and Keith Urban also sang some songs.
It's the one thing about country music that's always been at the center of it, and that it is community. It's about community. And so I did know those people in that way.
That's just the first of many ways that I'm sure Nashville will be coming together. There's another opportunity tonight at 5 o'clock at Woodmont Christian Church for a prayer vigil. Reporting live downtown, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
Dan, thank you. And this morning we're getting to know the community Sonny Melton called home. Last night, friends and family held a vigil for Sonny, a man they called a hero and, of course, was gunned down in the massacre in Vegas. Melton grew up in the small town of Big Sandy. The 29-year-old was one of the first victims identified in the deadly Las Vegas shooting. His wife said he protected her at the concert as bullets flew through the air. Those still in shock say they're keeping his family in their prayers.
We just want his family to know that each one of us here in Big Sandy love them and are here if they need anything.
Melton's family is working to bring his body back to Tennessee before making funeral arrangements. And Governor Haslam sent prayers to the Melton family, adding, quote, "We know other Tennesseans were in attendance or performing at the event, and my thoughts go out to them as we grieve the process, the enormity of this attack. Tennessee stands with Las Vegas during this difficult time."
And the horrific shooting in Las Vegas has Americans across the country and here at home asking how they can help.
And there are many ways. In Las Vegas, thousands of people flocked to blood banks after the mayor asked for donations. Some lines had more than 200 people, and wait times were as long as 8 hours. But for us, there are a few different ways to help. The county commission chair in Las Vegas has set up the Las Vegas Victims Fund on GoFundMe, which has already raised more than $3 million. And the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee has also set up the Music City Cares Fund. Links to both can be found on newschannel5.com.
And of course, stay with News Channel 5 for continuing coverage as this investigation into the tragedy continues. You can find the latest information about the shooter, the timeline of events, the victims, reaction from country music artists, and more on our website.
Breaking news now. More than a year after a South Nashville murder, a second suspect has been indicted. William Sigsbee is charged with criminal homicide for the death of Johnny Broadnax Jr. Broadnax was shot and killed during a drug deal at the Hickory Manor Apartments last May. The getaway driver, Demisha Clark, was arrested a few days later. Sigsbee was finally booked after getting picked up on an unrelated charge. He's being held on a $100,000 bond.
And we're learning more this morning about a shooting outside a South Nashville apartment complex. Convicted felons Donovan Palmer and Deontay Spears have both been arrested. Officers tell us they pistol whipped, robbed, and shot a man who had crawled under a car to get away from them. They are both due in court tomorrow. And police arrest a man who allegedly killed someone during a drag race. Kevin Rodriguez here is now charged with vehicular homicide by drag racing and vehicular homicide by recklessness. Police say he was drag racing on Antioch Pike near Wright Middle School when he crashed into a Buick driven by 87-year-old James Bryan, who later died at the hospital.
And happening now, Clarksville officers are looking for a driver who they say plowed through a park, causing thousands of dollars in damage. Happened at Rotary Park around 2:30 in the morning last month. Officials say repairs going to cost about $5,000. If you have any information on who is in that car, call the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office.